Oh, Zuko. Hi, babies.
Hello everyone! My name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Hi, hello! Welcome to the start of another weekend vlog. It is 8 p.m. I have not eaten dinner. I don't know what to eat. It's one of those moments where I'm just like, I don't know what to make. I'm probably going to end up just throwing tater tots in my air fryer at this point because I just don't know what to make anymore. You get that way? It's going to be, yeah, we'll figure it out. But hi friends, welcome to another weekend vlog. This weekend, we are once again very chill. We are just hanging out, doing a whole bunch of fucking nothing. I have done literally nothing today. I have sat on my couch for hours. Haven't read, haven't written. I've wanted to, feeling a little bit in my stuck moment, so I decided to get up just now. It's 8 p.m. I was gonna go into my kitchen, start figuring out something for dinner, and I was like, I should start my vlog. Maybe that'll help jumpstart things. Maybe that'll help jumpstart things, because there are a number of things that I do want to be reading. I would really like to be writing today. I wanted to get up today and spend the whole day writing, and it's now 8 p.m. and I have not done that. Oh well, I hopefully will get into that a little later. We'll see. Anyways, I also spent a little bit of today, I did vacuum. I'll say that. I did vacuum my place, which it desperately needed a vacuum. So yay for that. No more crummies on the floor. And I did do some journaling in this here media journal. I officially filled out my Pocopia and my Resident Evil page that I wanted to do. And then I also did my other Ben and Sister page, which I love so much. I need to rewatch the show. I'm so excited for it to come to North America in May so that I can watch it again properly, just over and over and over and over and over again, because yes. But as to what I want to be reading this weekend, I don't really know. I do have a hankering to wrap up, I guess, two of the books that I'm reading, which I haven't picked up Heather Fawcett's Agnes Aubert this week. I don't know. That one's just not hitting for me. I think I just need to cruise through the rest of it to see where it goes from where I'm at. I just think the vibe was off from what I was expecting last week in my little cozy moment. I did read another cozy book. I have already returned it to the library, but I read Destin J. Munden's Recipes for an Unexpected Afterlife, which was very cute. It didn't hit for me in the way that cozies sometimes do. It was kind of I would rate it lower on my mass rating scale of wonderful cozies, but it was cute. I think it did what it wanted to do. And I just have issues with the pacing and the way that the story beats kind of hit because they felt off to me. It's whatever. But the story itself, if you like reading things that kind of feel a little bit like old-timey fantasy, but a little bit fresh, that's what this one, the writing style feels like to me. There's that. I also didn't really love the audiobook narrator, which probably hurt this a little bit, but it's fine. Read that this week. But I need to finish Heather Fawcett's book. And I do also really want to finish Burning King. No, The Phoenix King by Aparna Verma, so that I can get to The Burning Queen, which is the second one, because I am so curious. I was reading it. What did I say about it? I have it in my journal here. I'm not entirely sure how to feel. I really like the reading of it. When I'm actually reading it, when I was reading it at the cabin, it's been since the cabin 3 weekends ago at this point, I don't know, that I last picked it up. When I was reading it, I was like, this is fun to read. I like the reading experience. But when I put it down, I didn't think about it. I only started thinking about it when I started writing down thoughts, or when I had to think about it for videos when I talked about it or whatever, what have you. So it's not one that is really sticking with me. I still have some problems with the world because it feels so medieval to me because of the royalty, because of all that kind of stuff. And then it just feels off because then we are thrown in with some holotech dystopian vibe. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know about it. So I kind of want to see how it goes. But I keep seeing Aparna Verma talk about her second book, The Burning Queen, on TikTok. And the way that the love interest is different than the first one, I need to know what happens. with our second narrator. Where does he go? You know what I mean? Like I'm concerned for the little white-haired boy in this book, and I really need to know how our main character gets her firebending powers, because Girly seems so awesome in the second book, and like the art is amazing and all this kind of stuff. So I need to know. That's really what it is. So I would like to finish that up. I think I have 3 hours left of reading. I'm not entirely sure. So I would love to wrap that book up this weekend, and also Agnes Aubert at some point. Just power through them, you know, get to the end, see how they all culminate, see how the story wraps up, see if I really like them, all that good stuff. Other than that, I don't know what I'm going to be reading. I picked up some fun library books that I would really like to read as well. We got Wolfworm by T. Kingfisher. I feel like I had this one before, but I just didn't get around to it. Matt Dinniman's new book, Operation Bounce House. Didn't realize this was coming in. This is the guy who wrote Dungeon Crawler Carl. This is his new sci-fi. Different World. And then we have The Starving Saints by Caitlin Starling, which is another Lady Night book, but I've heard this one a little batshit. So excited about those. But yeah, those are some fun library books that I have. I still also have Everyone in This Bank is a Thief by Benjamin Stevenson from the library, and Half His Age by Jeanette McCurdy as well in my little library stack here. So I got lots of options for library books. I also just have so many fucking books off the TBR. I would like to read and finish books off my actual physical TBR as well. Keep that ball rolling that we started last weekend, because last weekend's reading was just fucking phenomenal. So love that for me. I think tomorrow Mom wants me to go over to the house early so that I can help groom Bella, which is always a fucking hell of a time. Bella's 15. She does not like being groomed very much. She doesn't like the vibrations of the clippers. Even though she's deaf, she doesn't like them. It's just a time because it's hot. It's just, she's a lot. It's, the whole situation is just a lot. So that's going to be tomorrow. But other than that, I would like to get some writing done and some reading done. That's about it. That's really it. I haven't written anything in April, and I'm feeling a little bit behind. So I just need to sit down, lock myself in, and get into it again, because I really want that fucking Switch 2. And the only way I can give myself a Switch 2 is if I finish this goddamn draft. I am 28,000 words into Far Horizons Draft 1. I need to keep going with this. I just need to hammer out some words. May is going to be big time writing month for me, I think. And I would really like that energy to start now, so we can end April on a good note, and then May be awesome. You know what I mean? Welcome to the vlog, my beautiful friends. I'm so glad you're here. Let's get this thing started.
Do you feel good?
Hello, friends. Happy Sunday. Technically Monday, because it is almost, well, it's 20 to 3 in the morning. Welcome to my abysmal sleep schedule once again. But I want to pop in and do a little update before going to bed. So, my friends, this weekend, what have I been doing? A couple things. I ended up DNFing a book on Saturday, yesterday. Ended up DNFing a book. It was a little indie book that I had. It was one of my cozies that I tried, and I just, no. So, I DNF'd that like 25 pages in, and then I decided today to read the rest of The Phoenix King by Aparna Verma, and I ended up finishing that today, and I liked it. I think it was well done. I still have issues with the world. That's just on me, because it felt so jarring. I think it would have been much better to have a world with no tech at all. Just swap out the holopads for like carriages or a horse or a litter or whatever that royals have, right? Like, you don't need any of that. You can just have a training room. You don't need to have like high-tech training room with suits and stuff like that, because it doesn't fit. And I don't know how to make that fit better. like have a high-tech world and yet still be dealing with like royals and ancient prophecies and magic and like blood rites and stuff like that. Like it doesn't jive well in my brain. And I don't know if that's just a me thing or if it's like the author didn't quite get there with the world building, like it didn't cement itself very well. I'm not sure on that one, but I think I ended up giving it like 3.5 stars. There is that. Done another book. We love that. I was going to continue reading Agnes Aubert, but I didn't because I got home and I was like, okay, from mom and dad's, because I went to go have dinner with mom today because dad's out of town. But I went to go hang out with mom, and mom also needed help with Bella because she was giving Bella a haircut, and giving Bella a haircut is always a fucking ride. It is a 2-person job, and even then, like Bella's 15 years old. She was never bad for the groomers, but I think she had such a traumatic experience in the last couple times of her actually going to a groomer because our old groomer had health problems and thus like brought in a helper. I think it was her husband, and her husband was a lot rougher with Bella. And like the last time that we got her back from the groomer, her back was out because she has a slip disc in her back that we had to be very careful with. We told our groomer many times, like, you have to be careful with her because her back will go out. Our groomer was very good about that, but then her husband got her. I guess he was rougher with her or something. And then my mom told me later, because I didn't see Bella after this, because they went up to the lake, that like it was almost as though Bella was loopy on something because she was like swaying and like stumbling, and it's like she wasn't herself and they thought she was dying. So, not a fun thing to get your dog home from a groomer's and have her doing all stuff like this. Her back was out. She was in so much pain. She wouldn't sleep. She was throwing up everywhere. It was bad. So we no longer took her to that groomer's, and mom has been doing Bella's hair for years. She's just gotten worse and worse, Bella, because she doesn't like the sound of the vibration of the clippers, but she's also deaf now, so I think it's the vibration she doesn't like, and she fully goes into panic mode the closer it gets up to her neck and ears, and she like went absolutely batshit tonight. Like we got her feet and face and all this kind of stuff clipped with scissors, and then mom was doing her like back legs up and like just making her way up her body because that's how she usually does it. Bella fucking freaked the fuck out. Took us a while. Took us like 30 to 40 minutes to get that shit done. Yeah, Bella almost bit my face. It was a whole thing. And because I was there holding Bella. That's literally it. Just like holding her so that she doesn't bite mom in the middle of it. And she doesn't bite people. Like that's not her. So tiny dog with so much anxiety in her body. Anyway, so that was our evening. And then mom also wasn't feeling well, so she didn't have dinner. I just ate leftovers that were there. And then I came home and I decided to instead do some scrapbooking, because the past couple nights I've been really into like my scrapbooky vibe again, which has been so fun. So I finally ended up doing my April spread, which is very exciting. I love it very much. It looks so good. I think it's my favorite that I've done so far. And it's not hard to love these because of the Book Lovers Collective art piece that's in it. And this time they also sent this beautiful poem along with the little mini illustration thing, which is so fun. So love that. I love this page a whole heck of a lot. Did that today as I was watching some random shit on the YouTubes. I feel like I did other things, but then I decided, I was like, okay, I need to do something creative. I need to do something writerly creative because it has been so long. I have not properly worked on any story at all in April at all. And so I sat down and I was like, okay, let's just open up Scrivener and see what happens. I broke 30,000 words tonight in Far Horizons. I'm so excited. I wrote almost 1,000 words to finish the scene that I had previously worked on. It was one of a previous scene that I had worked on, and I wanted to finish it, so I finished it up, wrote another like 900 words in that scene, and I was like, fantastic. I looked at my word count, and I think I was in the 29,000 range, 29,300 range, and I was like, I really want to break 30k today, because wouldn't that be fun to be able to say that I broke 30k in my project? And so I went back into my notebook, and I remembered that I had 2 scenes planned previously that like this is the only thing I did one day in April, was that I wrote 2 separate scenes down, like planned them out a little bit. So I went into that and I started writing one of them, just a couple paragraphs, and then I wrote down planning notes for both of these scenes in the document. So technically some of those words aren't necessarily words that are like story words, they're planning words, but I still broke 30k and I'm still counting it. So that is what I did with Far Horizons today, which I'm very happy about. Love that. I'm going to try and keep that momentum going for the rest of April and into May, of course. And then this week, when I went to go pick up my Staples order for my most recent video, which is my quarter one wrap up flip through of my bullet journals and stuff, that order I picked up. And as I was at Staples, because it's Staples and I'm a stationary girly, I was walking around and I found two different notebooks that I was like, these are coming home with me. One of them is over there. It's just a green notebook. It's not fancy or anything. And it is going to be the third notebook for Far Horizons once this one is done, because I am halfway through this one and I've been like, no, I'm more than halfway through this one actually. And I've been using it for like writing scenes or planning scenes or other stuff like that. So I felt that'll be a good one to have on hand when this one is finished. Even if like this one ends up being just like book one and that one ends up being book two, that's totally fine. It's going to end up being just a Far Horizons notebook. Wonderful. And then I saw this one. Isn't that just the cutest thing ever? I guess it's not really cute, but it's like nice. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's a thin little thing. And I was like, ooh, this is giving Cosmic Latte. Why? Couldn't tell you, because it's really not. But just like the vibe of it was lovely. And the actual like line spacing in it is so exactly what I have always been searching for in a notebook ever, because I find a lot of notebooks have too wide of spacing. Even in my other Far Horizons notebook, this one isn't bad, but the line spacing is a little bit bigger. And then in this one, which is just my general idea notebook, again, typical line spacing, right? But I've always wanted like tinier lines so that I can write a lot on a page and it looks like more filled out. And I just this. So I saw this one, and the green one matches. Like they're from the same company, so they have the same like spacing on the lines, and I love that so much. So I had to pick this up. And then tonight I was like, I really want to do a little like scrapbooky front cover page for Cosmic Latte. So I did, which I really like. And then I was like, I'm here, I might as well. So I transferred all of my notes from my notebook, my general notebook, idea notebook, and chucked them into here so that this is specifically Cosmic Latte, which I'm very excited about. So if you're new here and you don't know what Cosmic Latte is my cozy adjacent sci-fi that I have in my head that I would really like to write like next. I'm so excited about this. And rewriting all of my notes and brainstorms and all that kind of stuff. And I did end up like a couple pages, like this name bank page. I didn't want to rewrite all the names. So I just took the page out of that notebook and like cut it down to size, because those pages are a little bigger, and pasted it in here. So that I just have that in here now. And then I kept sort of a similar thing with the plot stuff ideas page that I had in that notebook. I cut it down a little bit, and then I have it taped in here, but I do have to tape this back side a little better with like actual tape instead of washi tape, because the washi tape keeps sticking on the other page and it's driving me crazy. But like I did it so that it's like a hinge that I can actually flip the page, right? That I wrote on previously. Anyways, so that's what I did tonight. It is now 10 to 3 in the morning, but I'm feeling good. And I want to keep like planning this, which is such a good feeling when you actually want to work on something. But I do have to keep working on Far Horizons, because my incentive to get through Far Horizons draft 1 is to be able to work on Cosmic Latte without any like niggling voice in the back of my head going, you should be using this time to work on Far Horizons, mer. And also the Switch 2 that I mentioned in every video, because I want it so bad. I want it so bad. I literally stock Facebook Marketplace for Switches that are like Switch 2s that are reasonable. Every once in a while one will pop up and I go, oh, it's not the time, because I have to finish the draft. Anyways, a pretty productive weekend, also very lazy. I am so just absolutely fucking exhausted. I need a day off. I say that looking at it's Monday, right? Like it's another work week. I'm exhausted. I would love a day off. So I'm gonna look forward. I think I'm gonna pick a couple of days off coming up. Whether I'm gonna tie them into long weekends coming up, because I know May Long is coming up, but I don't remember when that is. I just have to pick something, because I need like a week where I don't see or talk to anybody, where I just lay on my couch and just do nothing but recharge. You know what I mean? I am tired. I'm tired. I'm existentially tired is what it is. And I think it's because, one, the world is in such a state of bullshit. And like I've been going through a lot in my personal life, and I just like work has been a lot, all this different stuff. I feel like I'm kind of at my limit. But I also want like time to do creative things, like more time, because I find I have run out of time a lot of times, because I want to relax, I want to read, I want to do things that refill the well, and then I also want to expend that creative well by writing and working on other projects and whatever, and I just don't have the time to do everything, you know. So I'd like to take time off and like actually work on other things. So that's my plan coming up in the next couple weeks. I might do that just to give myself an actual break. Anyways, my friends, that's a little update for this here weekend. Finished a book, gave it 3.5 stars, not too terrible. DNF'd another book, kind of bad. We're at 6 for the year so far. I don't know what I'm gonna read next. I do want to finish Agnes Aubert, of course. I also kind of have a hankering to go into Red Winter by Cameron Sullivan, which is a slightly new book. And because I got my Aardvark box, I have Japanese Gothic by Kylie Lee Baker. I really want to read. And then I have this sci-fi, Love Galaxy by Sierra Branham, that I would really like to read because I've seen some of my mutuals on TikTok raving about this. So I really love it. And this cover is just one of the prettiest covers I've seen in a really long time. And I feel like reading fun sci-fi could be a good vibe for my brain. And then I have like a bunch of cozies that I really want to read as well. And I want to read Entwined by Hannah Long. I just have so many things. And they're all around me right now. Entwined by Hannah Long is on my like immediate list. I also have this one, which is like a romantasy wooing the Witch Queen. I have the audiobook on Libby right now. And then I have these 3 cozies. We have The Halfling's Harvest by S.L. Rowland. We have Bakers and Magic by Jay Penner. And we have Baby Dragon Cafe by A.T. Qureshi. So many things that I want to be reading right now, guys. I just need to read them. And then because I finished the Phoenix King today, I do have the arc, which is really funny because it's out in the world, but I have the arc of the Burning Queen, which is the next one in this trilogy. And I would like to read this imminently because I feel like if I do not, I will forget everything about the first book before going into this next one. So anyways, lots of potential things to be read. If there's anything that I just mentioned that you would love to hear my thoughts on in the next weekend vlog, let me know down below and I will prioritize it to read next weekend in the vlog so I can yap about things. But yes, lots of potentials, lots of fun. I think I'm going to try read Agnes Aubert potentially tomorrow when I get home from work, or this week sometime is the plan. I do also have to get back into working on my project that I was working on previously during spring break because it's been since spring break that I've touched it, so I need to get back to it before I completely put it to the side again. All that good stuff. Lots of things happening. Anyways, lots of productive stuff tonight, lots of creative stuff tonight, which I love, as you guys know. Not only the writing, but also some scrapbooking and journaling and stuff like that, which has been so fun. I just love it. I love it. I love it so much. Like literally yesterday and the day before, I was sitting here like itching to just do stuff with glue, which is so funny. Like just sit here with my washi tapes and like put together random pages. Do I have my little weird notebook here? I don't. It's on my desk over there. But I did a page last night in that one that I really like as well. Just from random shit that I have around in my like scrapbooking stuff. It's so fun. But yes, my friends, I'm gonna leave this update here and I'm gonna go to bed. It's now 3 a.m. So I will catch you tomorrow for another update for Monday to close out this vlog. But yeah, it's been a good weekend. Hello, friends. It is officially Monday. It's actually Tuesday because it's almost 2 in the morning. I honestly could not tell you where the past like 3 hours have gone because tonight has been a fucking whirlwind. I have not only gotten home from work, but then I made myself dinner, ate that dinner, and then threw that entire dinner up. I feel fine right now. I guess I just consumed something that my body was like, hard pass, bestie. Get this out of your system or you're gonna die. So it's out of my system. But what the fuck? You know what I mean? So that was my evening. And then because I was like, well, I feel weird and I'm just gonna eat an entire sleeve, almost an entire sleeve. I still have some crackers left. I was gonna eat some crackers, some like saltines, and then I had a ginger ale, which was good. An iced ginger ale, sipped it real slow. And I feel fine now, which, what the fuck, you know? I would like to have a conversation with whoever's in charge of my stomach, because I didn't need that. But I guess my body was like, bestie, you just ate something that you should not have eaten. We are going to expel it imminently. So that was a fun 5 minutes. It was weird. It was wacky. Anyways, not a fun time. But then I was sat on my couch just hanging out and I figured I should probably do some reading. So I finally finished this and I did not like this book. I kept hoping it was going to get better. I wanted it to get better so badly, but I was so bored. It gave drab. It gave these characters have no chemistry. It's like they're 2 pairs of bony elbows getting in each other's way the whole time. I did not like them together. Did not like either character at all. And by the time I got to the end and I could see all these nods to Howl's Moving Castle, I was annoyed by the nods to Howl's Moving Castle because it was so overt. And I was like, oh, okay. So I just really just don't like this book, which is so sad because I know Heather Fawcett can write a good book. I was expecting to quite like this. And because the cats were the best part of this. And honestly, I kept reading just because the cats were cute. And like Banshee, she steals my heart. You know what I mean? Yeah, this was really not the book I wanted it to be. Yeah, the tone, not fun. The vibe, not great. I don't know whether it was the audiobook narrator, because I really didn't like her narration of things, or a combination of that and the actual narration, because a lot of the actual writing was making me annoyed because it was almost over descriptive. And the beginning of this book is slow as fuck. And that's saying something because this is already a cozy fantasy. Like, this is not something that is going to be propulsive and move, but it is, I don't like, you just want it to do something. I don't know. I'm really sad about this, but alas, it's done. I didn't like it. It didn't turn around. So, and now I'm officially sans any currently reading books. I have cleared my Goodreads currently reading shelf because there were 3 books on there that I had currently reading from last year that I have not touched. So I just put them back to want to read. And I sat there and I was like, I have nothing on my currently reading shelf. What the fuck? So I get to pick what I want to read next. Do I know what that is? No, not at all. I'm feeling either like an epic fantasy, going back to those roots, maybe something darker, kind of like The Red Winter by Cameron Sullivan, because I had a hankering for that, or sci-fi, like completely different genre, you know? Or I have, of course, the Japanese Gothic, which both of these are these aardvark books. The first one here is Love Galaxy, which is a sci-fi, obviously. And then we have Japanese Gothic, which is a gothic horror-y vibe. Yeah, it's a horror novel. So interwoven with Japanese mythology. 2 people living centuries apart discover a door between their worlds. Ooh, I did not know this was a split timeline. I don't know, but we will see what I end up reading next. I'm excited to keep going into something, really, because let's be real, I had a good streak at the beginning of the month or sort of mid-month, with the 3 cozies that I read. And then I continued trying to keep that cozy train alive with Dustin J. Munden's Recipes for an Unexpected Afterlife, which got 3.5 stars. And then I read Aparna Verma's Phoenix King. I finished that this weekend, which I gave 3.5 stars as well. And I'm going to continue into the second one because I am interested in it, because I really want to see if her writing gets better, if her story craft gets more tight, because I think this book was self-published before it was picked up by Orbit Tor, one of the fantasy publishers, but I think it was self-published before. It had a different name on Goodreads. I'm pretty sure it was self-published. Like, it has the feeling of something. The only way I can describe it is that what I'm seeing in my head is like this very like piecemealed, slightly broken artifact that is almost sealed together, and it just needs that final like seal to like make it very cohesive and all together. That's what this book kind of felt like to me. I don't know why. It just didn't quite jive. The world building felt unmeshed. Like the tech didn't make sense in the medieval feeling world with the royalty and the art of and the ancient prophecies and stuff like that. Like, it didn't have a good meshing of the sci-fi fantasy elements. And then also the tech didn't really have anything to do with the story, so it didn't like make sense. Like, it didn't meld with the story very well. So it's like these little pieces like this, like a couple plot things that were kind of a little weird, a little pacing, something going on. It just didn't feel quite cohesive. So I'm hoping and I'm expecting the second book to have that cohesiveness like kind of meld together a little better, because this one has been like from the start worked with a team and professional editors and her agent and all this kind of stuff, right? So it's like I'm really hoping that the second book has more cohesive storytelling to it. I'm very fascinated with the love interest in the second book because it's different from the first book. And I know now how we got there, but I'm also interested because of what happened at the end of this book. I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, I'm interested to see how it goes forth from here, and I'm expecting to like it a little more than book 1, which is odd. But I'm going in with this expectation because I don't like going into books with like high expectations, because then they usually fail me and then I'm just disappointed. But like, maybe, who's to say? Anyways, my friends, so it was kind of like a lackluster reading weekend, but I'm very happy that I did get my 2 currently reading books finished. They were 2 that were kind of dragging me down a little bit, and now I have the options to read whatever the fuck I want, which is very exciting. And we are on track for April being the first month of the year that I read more than 7 books, which is very exciting. We shall see what I end up reading from here, but stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe, follow along, because you know I like to yap in my vlogs. And I also hit 30K in For Horizons Book 1. I'm so excited about that. So, yay for that. Tonight, because of the whole kerfuffle with my stomach and the fact that I worked until like 8:30 p.m., all this kind of stuff, didn't get any work done on that today, but that's okay. That's all right. Maybe tomorrow, but tomorrow is a later day with piano, so who's to say? But definitely Wednesday, we're going to get back into the gear of a few things. I want to get back into the process of my project that I've been working on, and also kind of pick up my writing again so that I can kind of end April well, because let's be real. I planned to vlog this entire month for writing to do an extension of my March writing experiment, and that failed day one. Like, I did not pick up my phone to vlog or my pen to write until the 8th of April, I think, is when I first filmed the start of that vlog. And then I did not do a fucking thing since then until last night. So, mega fail on that plan. But again, I was dealing with a lot of stuff with my mental health, with my personal life, my weird illness kind of thing. I burnt out, all this different kind of stuff. So I'm giving myself grace because shit happens, right? I hopefully will do something interesting with that vlog coming up. I have plans. We'll see what happens. But besides the point, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to go to bed now. I got to edit this and get this up for you guys. But it's basically there. I just have to edit this last clip. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this weekend. It's been a good one. I think it's been, productive, pretty good. And I will catch you in another video very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading. And good night from the bean in her box.